Hello guys, welcome back to Herky the Cavalier's channel. Today we're talking about how having a baby is going to impact your routine.
Good girls!
If you are new to our channel, welcome. My name is Mai. This is Herky, this is Milton, and we are your go-to source for everything Cavalier. And excuse me if my voice sounds weird, we are all recovering from a cold, so my voice is not really strong and it's a bit raspy, so bear with me. For the last few videos, I've been incorporating a lot of baby content because that is the reflection of our life now. In the previous video, I talked about how to introduce a baby to your dogs, and today I'm going to talk about how having a baby will impact your daily routine with your dogs. So the biggest thing that's going to change when you have a baby with your dog is the eating part. Before having a baby, I noticed that every time there's a Cavalier family or a dog family that gets a baby, usually the biggest concern when the baby starts eating is that the dog will pick up so much human food scraps and that they will gain a lot of weight. And as a matter of fact, when Oasis started eating, he started obviously giving a lot of food to the girls. He's learning how to share food and to give them food, but that can also be dangerous because he does eat some things that dogs are not allowed to eat, like grapes, tomatoes, but all other ingredients are pretty safe for dogs to eat. But of course, in any quantity, this can cause weight gain in your dog. Luckily with Herky and Milton, I did not notice any weight gain. I'm very conscious of what he does around the dogs, and when he's eating something dangerous, I do try to separate them. Now, if you're wondering if you should separate your dogs and your baby when he eats, it's a pretty divided opinion. If you want to separate your dogs and the baby when the baby eats, this is gonna be, of course, safer for the dogs because they won't eat any food scraps, but this will also cause a division between your pack. And you remember in the previous video when I talked about pack, how important it is to all feel united. If you lock away the dogs every time the baby eats, they're gonna feel like they're doing something wrong and that they are not allowed to go somewhere. So it was very important to us to always make Herky and Milton feel welcome and at ease and at home whenever the baby does anything. So we never separated them unless he's eating something dangerous. Like I said, when he is literally eating like a chicken wing or meat off a bone, I will of course put them away because he will of course have a tendency to give it to the girls, and I really don't want them to chew on any hard bones. Same goes when he's eating grapes. I really try to keep them away at that point, but any other ingredient, I just let them do their thing. They really do have a routine that every morning, the first thing that Oasis eats is his yogurt. He insists on opening it himself, then he licks it, and then he gives it to Herky and Milton to lick. And then sometimes he licks it back. Some of you might think it's really gross, but I mean, they're part of the family, and he puts literally everything in his mouth. So at that point, I'm like, whatever. So I do find myself very lucky that Herky and Milton did not gain weight. One thing you can do about that is watch their food portions. If you know that they're picking up tons of food scraps, feed them less at each mealtime, and also try to increase the amount of exercise that you're doing. I know it's the hardest thing ever when you have a baby, and trust me, I've been there. Herky and Milton have not been exercised as much as they have before I had a baby, but we are trying our very best, and that's all you can do is try your very best. The second thing that's going to change a lot after you have a baby is walking. And this is a huge part in your dog's life. Exercising is so important for dogs, not only in the backyard, but it's important for you to get out there, explore a new environment, actually get them walking and not just pottying in the backyard. So how that's going to change is that when you have a baby, you're probably going to have a stroller. And then when they're a bit older, you're probably going to either put them in a baby carrier. We love to take them to the park, all three of them. And it's just going to take a lot more management, but it's going to be good for everybody. So you can take the baby, the dogs on a walk all together. Of course, that's going to change the whole dynamic of the walking, but that is why it's important to get your dogs accustomed to the stroller and to the baby as early as possible so you can do activities together. You can also separate your time between the baby and the dogs if you're able to. You walk the dog separately, you go outside with the baby separately, but time management is always of the essence. Taking them all together is just a great way to get your tasks out of the way in one shot so you can take the baby out on the stroller or at the park with the dogs at the same time. One instrument that has been a game changer for us has been the hands-free leash, and I really don't know how I walked before, honestly, because now when we wear Herky and Milton crossbody or around the waist, hands-free. It's such a game changer. You don't have your arms yanking out like that all the time. When your body can absorb all the shock and all the pressure of the pulling, it's way more well distributed across your body, and you feel it a lot less than when it's your arm. Plus, when you have a stroller, this is literally a game changer. The third thing that's going to change a lot after you have a baby is the sleeping schedule. Your dogs and yourself might be used to sleeping full nights of sleep before having a baby, but after you have a baby, it's going to be very interrupted nights for many, many months, maybe even years. Depending on what's your sleeping schedule before you have a baby, it might change after you have a baby. For example, if your dogs sleep in the bed with you after you have a baby and the baby is in a bassinet, that is going to change because the baby is either going to be beside you or in bed with you guys. So the dogs are probably going to have to shuffle a bit. They're probably going to be disturbed at night when the baby cries. So that might be a little adjustment for them. You might also choose to change the sleeping arrangements. Let's say the dogs were sleeping on the bed before. You might change them to a bed on the floor. You might change them to sleeping elsewhere in the house. We decided to keep Herky and Milton on the bed, and we decided to work around that with Oasis' sleep schedule. And the fourth point I want to mention is playing. The playing is definitely going to change for the better after you have a baby, because the baby, when they're really young, they're going to not be aware of the dogs much, but as he grows, he's going to learn to see the dogs. He's going to be able to interact with them. And I find it so adorable that Oasis is so used to dogs, and it's the cutest thing ever. For as long as I can remember, he loves to touch the dogs. He loves to throw toys at them. He likes to tug with them. And as he grows, he is really, really enjoying spending time with them in the yard, playing with balls with them, playing fetch, playing tug. So they're probably going to share toys a lot, and that is so expected. Oasis plays with their toys, they play with his toys, it interchanges like that. But if you want some toys that are great for babies' development but that are not attractive to dogs, we've been loving the Lovevery play kits. I just opened the newest kit for Oasis. It's the Realist, and it's for months 19, 20, and 21. And these are such amazing toys that are designed by experts for your toddler's development. I've had these kits before, and this is the kit for this current age period of his. And let me tell you, as soon as I opened it, he immediately gravitated towards these toys, and they are so well designed for each stage of the development. Right now, he's really into like fiddling little things, and the lockbox in this kit was amazing for him. Like, I've never seen him so silent. He was silent for a good 20 minutes, and that is so long, let me tell you. He was so into this box, and it was amazing to see his little brain go, and he's really, really into it. This really real flashlight he was really into. He loves our things and our flashlights, our devices, our remote control. So this flashlight was really good for him. The grooved pitcher and glass he is absolutely obsessed with. He loves to stand on the counter and fill it with water and just dump water from one glass to another. He absolutely loves it. Oh, good job. Uh-oh. I don't. And what I love about Lovevery is that the dogs are not attracted to these toys. It's mainly wooden things, so the girls are not really drawn and they don't want to chew on any of it. So I really like that it's basically dog-proof and pet-proof items. If you want to check out Lovevery, I do have a link in the description box below. So that's going to be it for our video. I hope you retained some information that's going to be helpful for you if you're bringing a new baby home or if your child is transitioning to toddlerhood. If you liked it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe. It always helps us out so much. So until next time, guys, we love you and we'll see you soon. Bye.